Okay, today we're going to be talking about creating a profile from a topographic map. And the reason we want to do that is sometimes we want to add a little bit of extra visual to the topographic map. Creating a profile makes it easier to see kind of what some of the relief looks like on a topographic map. So what you see in front of you is a topographic map, and we want to check out the particular relief between this line we've drawn in here, between B and B prime. And we just want to see what that looks like in a different dimension. So, to start, we have a topographic map, and coming in on the bottom here, you'll see our little profile paper. Pretty simple profile paper, and really what we want to do is we want to try and extrapolate this information on a topographic map to our profile paper. And to do that, we simply line some things up, use a ruler, and start marking some points. So, first things first, let's start at the beginning and line up our paper with our line here. So I'm getting generally B and B about at the same distance, and since this is a generalized profile, it doesn't need to be perfectly exact. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try and translate the elevations on the topographic map to the elevations on this profile page. So sometimes it's easiest to start with the top and then work our way down. So as you can see on this profile map, or maybe you can't, the top here is right here and it's at 680 feet. So I'll take my ruler, 680 feet, try and get this fairly straight along here, and mark 680 feet on the profile page. So that's our peak, we'll say. And then what we do is we basically go along the profile line and keep marking elevations along the line until we get a sense of what this looks like. So let's move across. One thing to note, you'll see these bold lines, 650, 600, 550, 500. Those are the bold topographic lines. Those are kind of the major lines. So we need to figure out what these little guys in between represent. And if you count between 650 and 600, there are 4 extra lines, which indicates that each one of these lines is a 10-foot increase. So 600, 610, 620, 630, 640, 650. So let's go down on my y-axis here. I have some elevation, so let's see if we can find the 640 line. So here's 650, so that means 640 is right here. Line your ruler up, come down. Here's a 640 elevation. So what's our next? Our next is 600. That's a nice big bold line, easy to find. Here's 600. Next is 560, so here's 550, so one up, looks like right about here. Here's 560. And you can already see the slope here, and you can get a sense of how steep that slope is. Alright, so the next one's 520, so here's our 500 bold line, so we count 2 up. 10, 20, looks like about right here. Try and get it semi-straight, 520, right here. And you can see it start to lessen the slope as we come down here. Alright, 480. So 500, 490, 480, looks like it's way out here. Okay, 480. And that looks like the end of our map. 440 here. That's 480, that's 470, looks like 440 is somewhere else. Okay, so we've got one side of this elevation, this relief. So let's try to get the other side. This is a little more complicated because it's a lot steeper, and we know it's a lot steeper because the topographic lines are crammed together in a tight space here. So it'll be a little harder to read, but if you take my word for it, let's look for another 680. Which this whole line is 680 here, so maybe there's a little flat spot on top of this area. Here's another 680 dot we'll put. Now we're trying to find the 640, so if this tight line is 650, we have to go one down from it. There's 640 right about here. And you can see right away it's way steeper on this side. Okay, let's see if we can find 600. So 600 comes whipping through here. Looks like it comes way down here. Yeah, wow. Way steep, huh? So here's 600 way over here. Now I'm just filling in the blanks, right? We can fill in some information later. Well, let's get a general shape first. So here's 600. Let's see, where's 550? 550 comes sweeping around here. Looks like it's out here. So 560 is one up from it. And here's 560. Okay, and then the last but not least, see if we can find a 520 line. 500 comes through. Actually, let's see. 490 it looks like is this guy, so 500 is this. So here, we'll plot the 490 line. We'll estimate 490 right here. About right here. So you can already see very steep side, shallow side. Now to complete your profile, all you do is connect the dots. And there's a little profile. So now you have a good sense of the relief, the difference in the elevation here between the kind of bottom and top of this hill on this topographic map. And the cool thing is, if you cut it out and you really want to see what's happening, I did this a little earlier, you can cut it out. So here's a little profile guy cut out. You plop it on the map like this. And here is your little hill. It's hard to see, but here's your little hill. All right, I hope this helped, and please let me know if you have any questions.